Presenting Chess.io, a multiplayer web application. First, let's go over the design of this application. The frontend is built in React.js and hosted on Firebase, which also stores user information, including profile pictures. Firebase is also responsible for user registration, authentication, and session management. Communication between the players, including chess moves and chat messages, is achieved with Spring Boot WebSockets, which is hosted on my home server. I used Cloudflare tunneling and some other precautions to ensure the security of my local network. The frontend and the backend are connected through Sock.js library, which uses simple text-oriented messaging protocol. Okay, now let's see this application in action. Okay, let's go to the application. New users can click on New Player button and register. The email and password fields have requirements, so those need to be followed, otherwise registration won't be successful. But since we already have a registered account here, I'm just going to log in. Here we can see the user interface, including some user information like the name and stats from the previous games. This specific user has 14 losses. This information will come in handy later. On the right side, we can see all the registered players. And when we click on their profile pictures here, we can send them play invitations. But since no one is online right now, I'm going to log in from a different account and play both sides to showcase the features of the game. So here on the left side, we can see that I already logged in as player 1 as well. But before starting the game, I wanted to demonstrate one more feature. So when we hover over the profile picture of a user, we can see that we have the option to click and update the profile picture. And once we do, we can see that it also triggered an update on the other user's side. Okay, let's start the game. Send an invitation. So the player has the option to accept or deny an invitation. If they do deny, the sender sees this message. Otherwise, if they accept, the game starts. This window indicates the color of the user that has the move right now. We start with the whites. And from this drop-down menu, we can update the color of the board. Or from here, we can update the type of the pieces that we use. Okay, let's make the first move. Right now, we can see that the chat window also includes a transcript of the game. But on top of that, we can also communicate with our opponent. All right. Okay, I'm not going to play an entire game. And since the two opponents are evenly matched, I'm going to offer a tie. My opponent, of course, has the option to accept or deny. If they do deny, I can just give up. And we are back to the user interface, where we can see that the number of losses has been updated. This is pretty much it. Thank you for your attention.